The number one greatest moment in the Hubert H. Humphrey Metrodome took place on October 27, 1991, in Game 7 of the World Series. Before the game began, the 1991 World Series had already secured its place as a World Series for the ages. It pitted two teams coming off last-place finishes, a feat that had previously never been accomplished. Of the first 6 games, 4 were decided by 1 run, with 3 games being decided in the final at-bat, along with 2 going extra innings. But after all of the excitement that had already come, nothing could have prepared anyone for what was to come in Game 7. The starters were hometown star Jack Morris for the Twins and John Smoltz for the Braves, who grew up idolizing Morris. The two of them would duel neck and neck in what would be one of the all-time great pitchers' duels in World Series history. Both of the teams would have significant scoring opportunities for the first 7 innings, but going into the 8th, Morris and Smoltz had kept the game scoreless. In the top of the inning, Lonnie Smith led off with a single, and National League most valuable player Terry Pendleton came up. He hit a ball into the gap in left center field. However, Skates would stop at second base, and when he realized that he could advance to third, he did, but wasn't able to score. However, Pendleton did make it to second base, putting runners at second and third with nobody out, with the dangerous Ron Gant at the plate. Gant would ground out, keeping the runners at second and third. Then, following an intentional walk, Sid Bream came up and hit into a double play, keeping the game scoreless. Smith would be considered a GOAT for not scoring on Pendleton's double, but it was possible that he fell for a decoy that second baseman Chuck Knobloch made, who pretended that Pendleton had hit the ball on the ground. In the bottom of the 8th inning, the Twins would chase John Smoltz from the game and load the bases with 1 out, but Kent Hrbek would hit a ball up the middle that would be snared by Mark Lemke, who would step on second base for the unassisted double play, keeping the game scoreless into the 9th. After the Braves were retired in order in the top of the inning, the Twins would get the first 2 runners on, and Alejandro Peña would come into the game. He would get Shane Mack to hit into a double play, putting the winning run at third, and following an intentional walk, he would strike out Paul Sorrento, sending the game into extra innings. In the bottom of the 10th, the game would remain scoreless when Dan Gladden came up, leading off the inning with a double. Navi would sacrifice him to third, and after 2 intentional walks, reserve outfielder Gene Larkin came up to pinch hit with the chance to be a hero. He would become a World Series legend when he hit the first pitch into left field over the head of Brian Hunter for a game-winning single, securing the Minnesota Twins' 2nd World Championship and giving a fitting ending to one of the greatest World Series in baseball history.